Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was Umkosa Omkulu, and wow, oh, what? Listen, the thing that I always say is that in the studio we always play good music. Have you ever had a bird song? Be honest.
No. I'm not gonna say any names. I know we've never heard a bird song, man. I mean, shout out to Flo Jones Jr., who actually also released something, for his guests. So, almost I'm always in power when it comes to music. But when enough about that, man, on stage now we're joined by none other by CSwalo, my man. How you doing, my man? Yeah, no, man, I'm good. You see, a funny story, I've known this cat for like a while now. I think it's more than 10 years or so. I mean, we've been on the come up on the game, But, before we get into the music, I mean, you've been coming as CSwalo when we were doing events back then. And then you had to take a break, because, we started having ingozi, and then you had to look out after that, when is in your careers, how is it, how do you balance that as an upcoming artist, and then now you have to look after yourself in your career?
So in this, we have time schedules, we plan whatever we do, so I had to sacrifice, I have to put my family first, because, a man gotta hustle, a man gotta do what he gotta do, so I had to start other businesses, and given the fact that I became a father, so that's one of the most important things. I wanted to spend more time with my daughter. So that's one of the reasons why I took a break on this.
Oh, I love that, taking a break, just to hold those people that are close to you very. I mean, CSwalo all the way from Cook, representing your hood in the building. When I said Kukulesi, was like, I'm not just representing Cook, I'm representing Cape Town.
Cape Town, Cape Town.
So you released so much, and most of the music talks about hustling. I mean, your EP came out, it's also about hustling rather, in Cape Town. You've done so many different EPs, you've done so many different songs. If someone has never ever heard of you, if someone has been living under a rock, they're like, who is CSwalo? I've never heard of this person. Can you please give us a brief understanding of who you are as an artist?
Okay, CSwalo is an entrepreneur now. CSwalo is more than just a rapper, and you know what I'm saying. So I like to tell people that they must Google me.
Tasha?
I think I was the first rapper on Google around Cape Town. You just go to Google. I've been hustling, man. I'm a prim, and we did a lot of events. I shared stages with a lot of artists that I won't mention because they inspire me.
Yeah.
So I feel motivated. But for CSwalo, he's a hustler, man. He's the man of his word. He does what he does. He gets what he gets.
Yeah, man. You see, you're making things happen. Now on the music, I think you're gonna perform a song for us, titled Impilo. There's many associations, when it comes to the word Impilo. There's Impilo as in life, there's Impilo as in Imvuselele, and there's Impilo just a lifestyle. What's the song about, and how did it come about?
Impilo, the title of the song is titled Impilo, which is, we know Impilo means life, but this one is a Venac record.
Okay.
So I'm not actually portraying about gospel life, I'm portraying about the things that we do in the townships, like how we came up, and my hustle, because when I was hustling, there were still trains in Cape Town. So I will go from Cape Town, maybe to Kailicha to perform. I'll rap, and in my verse 2, I'm mentioning like from Kugule to Togalanga, Estimelian. So that means I'm coming from the hood to hood, performing in Kailicha, riding trains. So before, I think I went big when I was selling CDs, before the mainstream, before SoundCloud, I was selling my disc. So it portrays the life that I've been through, like Impilo. I've been hustling then. It shows that at the same time I've been submitting CVs, like sacrificing myself, like to be there, because I refuse to be broke. So that's the main portrait about Impilo. It means life, means hustle.
I love that. The Impilo, guys, is coming out on the 2nd of September, so you make sure that you stay on his line, which you're going to find out what is his line a little later on. But what I want to find out is, what have you been doing? Like, how have you seen your music change over the years? Because, I mean, you're a businessman. You've done a lot of things before you came into this rapping. So how have you seen your music transform and change? And how have you become better as an artist?
So I believe that I've been taking risks. Before I even go to an event, I went to an event to observe, to enjoy myself, to advertise myself, than there to perform for myself. So, and I opened a lot of doors for artists. I used to give artists like my clothing line to sell for themselves, so that they can be well known as well. And I believe that I invested so much passion, so much distribution to most of South Africa's artists, like even from Kenya. And I've been doing free features. I never charge. Even when it comes to perform, I just go there. So that's how I grew up in this business music.
Yeah, man, that was inspirational. I mean, you know what you want. You know who you are and you know what you're about, you know, when it comes to your goal and your music. So how can people get in touch with you and how can they get the music?
So for my music, as I said, you can Google. But the best way to stream my music, you can just go to YouTube or go to SoundCloud. You just type CSwalo, and then you will see most of my documentaries that I did like 7 years ago. And then you can see like how I came up and who I rap for and what I represent. So we just go online. That's where you find my music.
Online is where you go to find his music. Listen, remember Impilo is coming out on the 2nd of September. So if you want to find out more about that, make sure you are on his page. When Impilo comes out, are you going to come back to CTV?
Of course. I represent
Wait, I want to go with
Of course,
I
I'll
don't
be there.
know.
I'll be here. Like, to be honest with you, CTV opened a lot of doors. I was young when I came here like 7 years ago. They never ignored us. They've been there for us. A lot of Cape Town artists, they can relate. CTV has been there for us. So I'll be here. I'll perform probably. I'll bring my little one. I don't know, but I'll be here.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us right now, ladies and gents. Here is a quick ad break for you and yours. Do not go anywhere. Okay?